Hey there, this is Nusrat and today I'm going to talk to you about my 5 biggest natural hacks. So ever since I was a child, there were a few challenges in my life. Of course, I had a really wonderful life, but things happen, and in our lives we all have certain challenges. So the challenges I had really helped me kind of get more interested into holistic healing, into Ayurveda and yoga, and these are the things that I want to share with you. And they were not really all challenges. Some of the things are there which I do because I like to do it and I have found really good results, and I want to share them with you. So these are my 5 biggest holistic hacks or natural hacks that I apply in my everyday life, and I have found good results. So the hack number 1 that I use is oil pulling. So this is a very ancient technique with which it's going to sound a little bit weird, but you basically, to clean your mouth, you basically have a little bit of coconut oil or some other oils. I can't remember. I use coconut oil. There were a few specific oils that you can use, probably sunflower oil or something. And then what you do is you kind of use it like a mouthwash. So at the beginning it's kind of hard because those who are not used to it, they were gonna feel like, what is that inside my mouth? You cannot spit it out, or you cannot, you should definitely not swallow it. So oil pulling is done is when you're about to brush your teeth or something. So before that, you're going to take some oil in your mouth, like 1 teaspoon or 1.5 teaspoon, and then you're just going to use it like a mouthwash. You're going to just rinse it, and you're gonna just keep it. You cannot have any water or anything else. You're just going to not gargle it, you're just going to move it around in your mouth. So what the oil does is that it pulls out all kinds of bacteria. As you swish it around your mouth, it's going to pull out all the bacteria and all kinds of harmful stuff, all the food bits and everything inside your mouth. And you need to do it for at least 10 to 15 minutes. So on the first day you may not be able to do so far. You may be able to do it for like 5 minutes, and then you have to throw away that oil, because what it really has is all the bacteria and all the nasty things inside the mouth. And after that, this is what I do, although I don't know if in the actual technique people does it or not. After that, I use a toothpaste and a toothbrush because I feel like the oil is still there on my mouth, so I feel kind of weird. But the oil pulling technique is that you have to have a little bit of oil, like 1.5 spoon, and then just swish it in your mouth for like 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. Allow it to collect all the particles and bacteria, and then just throw it out. You should probably not throw it outside, throw it down a pipe or anything like on your sink, because it might clog the sink. So throw it down some kind of drain or something where the pipe is not too thin, and it becomes really whitish. So it's kind of weird, but it's a very ancient technique, and I have found it really very helpful. And according to Ayurveda, most of our health and most of our vitality is in our mouth, because that's where digestion really begins. So the better mouth we have, the cleaner we have, the better our gut is. Of course, the gut would be clean, we have good food, and the better our healths are. So that was my hack number 1, which was oil pulling. And it's a very ancient technique. It's probably not for everybody. You might find it really weird, but I found it really very helpful, and I have seen it online. People who use it, they really swear by it, they go by it. So my hack number 2 is kind of inversion yoga and yoga for hair. So since I was a child, I had a lot of problem with alopecia. I used to have strands of hair coming out of my head, and I had patches, bald patches in lots of places, and that kind of got cured when I was 10, when I was 8. And afterwards, when I grew up, it again resurfaced during my teenage years, and it went on for like a long time, for 8 years. So at that time I had tried a lot of doctors and lots of vitamins and supplements and stuff like that, and I was using minoxidil. I don't remember what it's called. It's like minoxidil. It's kind of famous. It's available in most countries. So I had used that for 8 years, and there was really not much result. And later I found out that what minoxidil does, it's kind of like, even though it's like available in every country, what it does is that it kind of makes the veins, you know, the blood where through the veins through which the blood flows, it kind of enlarges it so that more blood flows through it. So even most reviewers say that minoxidil never really helps with alopecia, really, because perhaps on a very early stage it might help, but it really doesn't regrow hair. It just kind of makes it bigger, and it is actually used for like heart patients or something who have blockages, so to expand their, you know, veins and vessels, blood vessels. It is basically used there, but for some reason right now it is popular all around the world. Even though I have seen it online, almost maximum people really don't have any benefits derived of it. So instead I tried holistic healing. I really focused on my eating, because I felt like that is where it's the most important. Having a lot of green, having enough, you know, protein, having all the nutrients that I need. And then the next place where to me logically it appeared that just eating is not alone a cure, right? Because logically, and I also saw it in yoga and Ayurveda, what happens with people who have alopecia or any kind of problems in their hair, in most cases, is that the blood cannot really reach the top of the head, and that's why many men have like male bald pattern is like here, because, you know, the blood really doesn't reach it. So to cure it, to fix it, a very easy system is just, you know, doing inversion, like headstand, handstand, downward dog, yoga poses, and really being consistent on it, especially with breathing. And I also found that pranayama is also very helpful. So it's basically kind of like pranic healing as well. You know, you focus your energy on not just hair but any part of the body that you want to heal, and then you really eat, and you also really reflect it on your lifestyle. You eat healthy, you do not strain that part of the body. If it's like your eyes, you do not strain it, and you really focus on healing it. And through inversion I really found a huge difference. I do not really use any chemicals on my hair, any kind of products. It's like, you can see it's all curly and it's like this, but I just keep it as it is, because I feel like I actually try not to use chemicals very often. I haven't used shampoo for like chemical shampoo for 4 years. I use herbal products. I actually create a shampoo out of herbal products like shikakai, rita, methi, which is like fenugreek, and amla, and all these things. So one of the things you could try is that if you're not allergic to it, you should find out whether you're allergic or not. And if you really want to go no poo, then you have to like find the balance. That really took me a lot of time, because too much rita would make your hair very frizzy, especially if you have curly hair, and too much of any of those ingredients could really hamper it. So I found that shikakai along with fenugreek and rita in proper amounts, and sometimes, you know, switching things between amla, amloki, or in the Indian gooseberry, and then pringraj and other, you know, other herbs kind of really helps. And you know, and I felt that my hair began to grow like naturally, and it also feels and smells really good. And for those of you wondering, does it really clean the hair? Yes, it cleans the hair and it really makes it really shiny. But if you apply too much oil on your hair, it's probably not going to clean it. And I also don't see really the point of applying too much oil on your hair. Why would anybody do that? So that's, I mean, in India, in Bangladesh, in South Asia, we do have a culture of applying a lot of oil in our hair. But what I've read online is that what's important is not actually the oil but the massage. So if you keep on doing it at night, and if you combine it with your inversions like handstand and headstand and, you know, downward dog, yoga poses. Also, you should do it like properly, not just, you know, just go down for the sake of going down, just do a handstand for the sake of handstands. You should do it with proper breathing and proper intention, and you're going to definitely see a lot of benefits. So that was my hack number 2, which is going natural and using yoga to cure most hair problems. Okay, and my hack number 3 is for eyes. This is something I found from this person. He's an Indian guru called Baba Ramdev for eyes. Okay, one thing about me is that since I was a child, I had like lots of issues, and I really tried new ways, novel ways to get rid of those issues, which is why I got interested in, you know, yoga and Ayurveda in the first place. So I had the problem of stammering, then I had an accident, and then my teeth kind of broke on the lower part, like lower range, and then I had an accident after growing up and my spine broke. And since I was a child, one of my legs was shorter than the other, and then, you know, I had hair problems, I had eye problems, like my eyesight is actually till this day -8, which is like a lot or something, since I was a child. So since I was a child, I was like, you know, experimenting with lots of things on what really works and what really doesn't. So for me, what works with your eyesight is what Baba Ramdev Yoga, his channel is Ramdev Yoga, Baba Ramdev Yoga. So what he taught is that when we wake up in the morning, we should, you know, just put some water in our mouth and then, you know, splash water on our eyes. What this really does is, you know, it helps heal the eyes and soothes the eyes. And you should have amla or Indian gooseberry, because it has a lot of properties for healthy properties for eyesight. And also the inversions also help hair, because when we invert, when our head is down, the blood also doesn't just go to our brain better, it also goes through our eyes, and combining that with pranayama and everything also helps. But of course, it's important that we cultivate a good lifestyle. You know, too much screen time, too much pressure on the eyes can really be bad. So you need to take rest, and, you know, you need to have your own time when you do not really stress your eyes much. So there are some practices you can follow. Now, my hack number 4 is of my spine. Like I said, I had this injury when I was like 10 years back, which broke 2 of my vertebrae in my spine, and I had also consulted lots of doctors, and none of them really could help much. And then I found this chiropractor. He taught me some physiotherapy techniques. So basically, I found that again, yoga and physiotherapy really helps, and it helped cure something which most of modern science couldn't really cure. So what he taught was the back bending as far as I could stretch, and some poses like swimming, you know, some drills that resemble swimming, that really strengthens the lower spine. And this has really helped not just heal me, but it has also helped, you know, it was just like that. On one day I was like, you know, trembling with so much pain because of my injury, because of my broken vertebrae. And after doing it for like, on the first day I noticed a difference. On the second day it was like the entire pain was gone. So that was really wonderful for me. And okay, the last hack I would like to share is, you know, really investing in good food. So this doesn't have to be anything fancy, but, you know, we should try and incorporate a lot of colors in your food, in like organic food, in natural food, like have different colored vegetables. And there are also certain superfoods like Indian gooseberry and broccoli and zucchini, which has a lot of nutrients. And, you know, having things which I have never really taken a supplement or a vitamin supplement ever, because I'm kind of old school. I feel like nature already has everything we need. Nature already provides for us. So having a balanced diet and really investing in the right ingredients can really help us not be dependent on, you know, medicine or supplements. I mean, I haven't taken any medicine after my spine injury, for which I took painkillers, but that really also resulted in a bad side effect. So I haven't taken any medicine like 5 to 6 years. So this is something you can also try and adopt. And other than that, I hope you have found this useful. And other than this, I will always try and advise you not to really try it out without any doctor's advice, because if you're going through something, it's always important that you take medical help. And then like in my case, you could try it, and if it doesn't hamper you, it probably will help you. But whatever you do, you should do it with proper doctor's advice. I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you for being with me.